everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is lesson 2 of our online learning. Today's lesson is called surface area. So before we get started, don't forget to update your table of contents. This is actually the very last lesson for our geometry unit. So you'll go ahead and fill it in the very last row right here. And then we can go ahead and begin. Before we start, I wanted to give a shout out to my 27 subscribers. You guys are very sweet, so thank you for your support. And I noticed that we have 124 views on my volumes video when I only have about 80 students. So that's a little bit weird, but I will take it. Thank you everybody for your support. So let's go ahead and begin. So finally, this is our very last video in our geometry unit. That means our geometry exam is also coming up. But that information will be given to you next week. So let's begin. So surface area. Surface area, we'll take this box of chocolates as an example, would be to find the area of the outer side of your figure. So we have this box of chocolates here. Think of it this way. You're trying to give this to your friend for like their Christmas or whatever, and then you have to figure out how much wrapping paper do I need to cover this box of chocolates. That is basically what surface area is. There are formulas for surface area, which I am going to go over with you today. But to be honest, I did not memorize a formula. What I would just do is I would just find the area of each side of the figure, so like the front and the back and the top and the bottom and the two sides, right? And then add it up. And that's basically what the formula is. But then it was a lot for me to memorize all the formulas for every single figure, so I would just think of it that way. I would just think, okay, all I need to do is find the area of each of the sides, add it up, and that's what surface area is. And of course, you can do that as well. But it is also good to know that there are formulas that you can use, and for those of you who are more comfortable with formulas and plugging numbers into formulas, you can go ahead and use that method. So let's go ahead and begin. So surface area, go ahead and title it surface area. I'm sorry that the date is off. Let me erase this. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. So just like last time, I need you to go ahead and make 3 sections into your notebooks, 1, 2, and 3. The left one is called shape, middle one is called measurement, and the right one is called formula. Again, I filled out all of these for you in advance, so it'll be easier for me to go through the notes. But then you do need to copy everything on the screen, so at any time, feel free to pause and copy, or you can just come back to it and copy it another time. Okay, let's begin. So the first one is right rectangular prism. A right rectangular prism is like the box of Whoppers that I've just showed you earlier. So the measurements for this one, the width, which is this right here, if we say that is 10 feet, and the length is 12 feet, and the height is 9 feet. The formula is this. SA stands for surface area. Surface area is equal to 2 times length times width plus height times length plus height times width. So all we're going to do is go ahead and plug it in. So that's 2 times width is 10 times length 12 plus height is 9 times 12 plus height times width, so that's 9 times 10. And then you just plug it into the calculator and you get 636. 636. And don't forget your units. Here we're talking about feet. And in surface area, because it's area, the exponent is 2. So our final answer is 636 feet squared. That's it. So let's go ahead and go over next one. Next one is cube. Cube is easier because all of the sides are the same. The area of all 6 sides are the same. So here our variable A, if we say that is 4 centimeters, the formula is surface area is equal to 6 times A squared. So that is 6 times 4 squared. So that's 6 times 4 squared is 16, right? 6 times 16 is 96. Add our units there, centimeters squared. 96 centimeters squared. Okay, so moving on to a right rectangular prism. So a right rectangular prism has a right angle right here, right triangle, and then it's a 3D right triangle basically. So let's start with the width. The width is 4 centimeters. Length is 10 centimeters. Height is 3 centimeters. S is for side, 5 centimeters. Okay, oops, I scrolled down too much. Then the surface area is width times height plus length times width plus length times height plus length times side. This would be a lot to memorize. If we were at school, I would be asking you to memorize it. I'm going to be honest with you. But because we are not at school and we are not taking the SBAC, you don't have to memorize it. You can, of course. Okay, the last one is length times side. And the reason I say you don't have to memorize it, you guys, is because, like I said, it's difficult to have this memorized for years and years on end, every single one of them. So the method I would use is, like I said, find the area of each side and add it all up. That makes more sense to me. But of course, you do whatever makes sense for you. Okay. So after we multiply all of this and add everything up, we get 132 centimeters squared. Okay. All right, we got 3 more and then we're done. And then we got regular triangular pyramid. It's a pyramid with a triangle bottom. So then here the base is 4 inches and the length is 6 inches. Oops, sorry, it's a little bit messy. Okay, so here the surface area is 4 times this right here. You read it as area of the triangle. And then we know that area of the triangle is 1/2 times base times length. So this two means the same thing. Okay, so 1/2 times base times length is basically the area of the triangle. Let's go ahead and figure it out. That's 4 times 1/2 times the base is 4, the length is 6. And then if we go ahead and calculate that, that will give you 48 inches squared. And sorry, my writing is a little bit messy. Okay, next one is a square pyramid. So it's a pyramid just like the last one here, but the one before has a triangle bottom and this one here has a square bottom. So let's begin. The base is 3 centimeters. Length is 7 centimeters. So here, the surface area is the area of the square, which is the one down here, plus 4 of the area of the triangle. And that makes sense, right? Because there is 1 square and 4 triangles. So you're just finding the area of each side, adding it up. So area of the square is base squared, base times this, right? So you will be multiplying b twice. That's why it's b squared, plus 4 times 1/2 times base times length. So let's go ahead and plug it in. Base squared is 3 squared. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Okay. I am so sorry. Okay, undo. Whoops. Undo. Dear God. Okay. That was terrible. That has never happened to me before. And now I'm wondering, should I redo the video? But I am all the way at the end. I don't really want to redo it. Happens, right? Okay. 1/2 times 3 times 7. I'm still laughing about it. Okay. If you go ahead and plug it into the calculator, that would be 51 centimeters squared. Okay. Almost finished. Gosh, that looks terrible. I apologize. This looks terrible. but it's legible, right? I think it's legible. Let me know. Message me if it is not legible. I will redo the video or I will type it up or something. Okay. Last one is a cylinder. Cylinder is radius and height. If we say radius is 10 inches and the height is 15 inches, this is a formula. Surface area is equal to 2 times pi times radius times height plus 2 times pi times r squared. So plugging it in, that is 2 times pi times radius is 10 times 15 plus 2 times pi times radius squared. So that's 10 squared. And calculate it out, you get 1570.8. 1570.8, our unit is inches squared. Okay, so finally we are done. Sorry for the little mess in the middle. I apologize, but I think that is it. So we are finished with our last lesson of our geometry unit. So congratulations everybody, yay, we are finished. That means we have actually learned everything in our 8th grade curriculum. There is only one more unit left for our algebra, which is going to come in 2 weeks, okay? But wonderful job everybody. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message on Schoology. And that's it. All right, bye guys.